Hello everyone and welcome back to RainBro Crafts. My name is Colton and today we will be doing for you a slightly different video than normal, but it's a really fun one, so stay tuned. We will be mixing up all of our soap fragrances together. This was kind of a spur of the moment project that I wanted to do. It's a little unhinged. I guess I was feeling like I needed to do something a little bit different here. So you can see on the bottom of the screen, we are putting across every single soap scent we have. We had 58 of our specifically soap fragrances. So we've excluded candles from this and we've excluded essential oils just because some candle fragrances aren't skin safe and some essential oils don't always play well with other fragrances. So you'll see here, I am just putting 5 grams of fragrance from each of our fragrance jars into a larger jar. This was basically the smallest amount that our scale could read really accurately, which is why we picked 5 grams or 5 milliliters. Same thing. This was really fun. It was nice to see all of our different fragrances here. I also realized that maybe we have a little bit of a problem with testing out new scents. So this was a good way to see what I liked, what we didn't like. We did clear a few out that we've been sitting on for a little bit of time. So it was kind of a nice, it's not spring, but spring cleaning project, if you will. When we first started out soap making, we really bought a lot of fragrances. We didn't know what we liked. We didn't know what our customers liked. So there's a few here that you will see that if you haven't been watching us or following us for that long, probably will have never seen us use. And we kind of, throughout the past two and a half years, figured out what our target audience enjoys and what they do not like. So you'll see we don't really do a lot of chocolatey scents, baked goods, things like that. Our audience didn't really care for those. We also tend to stay away from super sweet fragrances, so candy-like fragrances. We made a couple soaps there the first year we were doing this that did not sell. Smelled good. Our customer base did not care for those. So we've kind of adapted to a more floral, woodsy, naturey type vibe. So this was a good way to see what that amalgamation would be. And now that I have had all of those fragrances pooled into one jar, it is time to make soap. So I had some kaolin clay here soaking in with that fragrance oil for about 24 hours. So this is the next day, and we will be pouring our lye water solution in with our plant-based oil blend and a little bit of sodium lactate. It looks like we are in a 80s, 90s glamour photo shoot here with the kind of blurry Gaussian blur effect, and that is because someone got some soap oil on the camera lens and forgot to clean it off, so pardon that. We will strain in some of our colloidal oatmeal slurry now that we have our lye water and oils blended together. Press this through a fine mesh strainer to get out any lumps or clumps, and then we will blend that in as well with our stick blender. We used a little of our golden clay and kaolin clay in this soap and basically did not add any other colorants. We had a few fragrances that discolored. Usually they discolor to like a brownish color or maybe a yellow color. So when we see the final project here, you'll see it looks kind of like butterscotch, which is it's a really pretty final bar. It kind of looks similar to our warm vanilla brown sugar soap that we made a couple months back. The smell is really hard to explain. When I first was making it, basically it didn't really smell like much of anything. It smelled like everything, which doesn't make sense when you say it out loud, but you couldn't really smell one specific thing. And then when you'd go back and smell a second time or a third time, you kind of would smell a little bit more. And the fragrance has even changed from when we were making it to a month later, because it is about ready for sale. It has some minty notes, and it has some vanilla-y notes. It smells a lot like vanilla peppermint is what I would say, but there is some other complex things in there. The florals are pretty much gone. The woodsy notes are pretty much gone. The kind of baked good scents have really kind of bullied their way through to the front, but there is some complexity in there that I'm really interested to see what it smells like when we're actually using the bar. So after I'm done chatting here, I have poured all of that soap batter into the slab mold, and I just let it sit for a little bit of time. The batter didn't accelerate very quickly. It behaved really well, which I was a little concerned about, just because when all of those things are mixed together, all of those fragrance oils, sometimes things might not work how you would hope they would. Things might kind of react with one another, and that didn't happen. I am just doing a little spoon push action just to give the top a little bit of interest, but that's really it. Didn't do anything special with this bar except spent about 2 hours blending all of our fragrance oils together. That was a special thing here. We have spritzed that with some rubbing alcohol, tucked it away for 24 hours, and now it is time to slice it up. This isn't necessarily going to be the most exciting slicing because we know what the inside looks like. It looks like the outside. It is basically a solid color, but it is still relaxing regardless. So we will break up this soap slab into loaves. You can see here that it's a pretty consistent color. It stayed pretty true to this color as well, so I don't know if that golden clay just mirrored the discoloration of the vanilla or what, but that's what that did, and we will now slice this up. And that is it. That is our everything but the soap. The soap will be ready for sale April 1st online and at any in-person events. And you can check that out along with all of our other products at rainbrocrafts.com. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you want to see what Rainbow Crafts comes up with next. Bye.